Best Buy is known for having some of the best gaming products on the internet. So how good of a streaming setup are you able to build using only their best rated products, and how expensive will it actually be? Starting off with the gaming monitor, the very first option is actually 5 stars and it's only $86. It also looks to be on a $50 sale, so I'm definitely gonna buy this. This gaming setup might be a lot cheaper than I expected, but next let's go on to the gaming keyboard. They have some filters where we can actually only show the top rated and 5-star items, so let me apply both of those filters. I honestly think I'm just gonna go with this one from Keytron. I'm pretty sure that's how you pronounce it. It literally is a bestseller on Best Buy. It has over 60 reviews, 5-star ratings, and people, let's see what they are actually saying about it. It only has 1 4-star review and 1 3-star, and literally everyone else is saying great keyboard to customize, love the keyboard, a great 75% keyboard, lovely keyboard, and they're even adding a bunch of pictures as well. Okay, this actually looks like a really nice keyboard. There's only one more left at Best Buy as well, so I definitely am adding this to the cart right now. If I have the gaming keyboard, of course I need the gaming mouse, so let's go ahead and make sure we have both of the filters on, top rated and also 5 stars, and it seems like there should be a few options. 150 mice on Best Buy. Yeah, honestly, it looks like all the rest of the mice are like just high 4-star rated. This one's 5 stars, but it is like $170. Honestly, I'm gonna try out this one. It's the very first result, and it literally has just straight 5-star ratings. It's the very first result and extremely budget friendly. Does it say how much it actually weighs? Okay, so they actually say it weighs 172 grams. That is honestly an extremely heavy mouse. I don't know if I really want to buy that now, because for FPS shooter games, I don't know if that's really the best option. Oh, okay, actually, I think I'm gonna go with this one instead. It is from Asus, and I've never seen this one before. It is a little bit more expensive, but it does still have a 5-star rating, and the weight on this mouse actually seems 47 grams. Okay, that is way lighter. The only downside, I guess, is it doesn't look like it has RGB, and it is wired, but honestly, I would much rather have this mouse for me personally. It doesn't look the craziest or anything, but also Asus is known for having good products, so I'm just gonna add this to the cart, 45 bucks, and not that bad. So far, we're at $250, so I don't think that's that bad. And to finish off the peripherals, of course, we need a gaming mouse pad. Gaming mouse pads on Best Buy honestly don't look the best. You could definitely upgrade your gaming setup with one of my own Elevate Culture gaming mouse pads. They just released and literally fully transform your setup. Plus, they're only $25, so they're cheaper than all of the mouse pads you guys are seeing right over here. And of course, you are supporting your boy Vermax, so make sure you check out Elevate Culture down below, but let's see what Best Buy has to offer. Honestly, I kind of looked at all the choices. They have just a bunch of different mouse pads that I can choose from, but none of them are the exact size I want and 5 stars. Like, I don't really want a square mouse pad, so I think I'm just gonna go with the one from Glorious, and I want to see what the bad reviews were on the 36-inch one. So on the 36-inch one, it has 20 reviews with a 4.8-star rating. It has 2 3-star reviews. What did they say? Not very spill proof and not so good. Poor quality, gets dirty easy and difficult to clean, so I guess they just don't like cleaning it, and if you get it dirty, it's hard to clean. But in terms of the 5-star reviews, people were saying the mouse pad is amazing, easily cleanable. They're saying the opposite thing. Which one do I actually believe here? And this guy owned it for 3 weeks, so he already had it for a little bit. It's really good for gaming and nice glued. I think he meant glide. But yeah, it seems like people are saying different things. Honestly, I just want to test this mouse pad out. It still is extremely high rated, 4.8 stars on this size, or you can go 5 stars if you want the bigger version. But yeah, let's add this one to the cart for $35. Again, still $10 more than an Elevate Culture mouse pad. Finally though, it's time to get into the real streaming equipment, and it looks like on Best Buy, they have over 1,000 different webcams to choose from. So I definitely am going to be putting on the filter of top rated and only 5 stars, and it looks like now there's around 100. Oh, okay, this one actually doesn't look that bad. It's 2K quality, so it's right in the middle of full HD and also 4K, but it works on PC, desktop, laptop. And what do the reviews say on this one? Light, sound, Yo, is that a real review, bro? I don't even know, but people were saying great price and quality, excellent picture quality. The light is definite bonus. I can't read. I'm very happy with the purchase. Okay, dude, it's under 30 bucks too. I'm actually gonna add this to the cart. I'm very interested to see how this one is because it's even cheaper, but people seem to really like this one. One of the most important parts when making content, streaming, recording, or doing anything is your lighting. And it looks like on Best Buy, when I search up key light, they actually don't have any. I might have to search up ring light. Yeah, I can see that they actually have like an Elgato. So if I search up ring light, it might show up now. The highest rated, I guess, webcam light they have though, they do have these two options over here. I think this one I'm gonna go for is 4.4 stars and it has a lot of reviews actually. I have no choice. They don't have any 5-star ones on Best Buy. It is like a little bit small of a tripod, but as you guys can see, you can use it like on the desk. And what do the reviews say? Okay, so some people were saying the ring size is limited. I mean, you kind of knew that when you were buying it, but as a content creator should be good, perfect lighting, love the price and easy to assemble. This is great. Several opinions, great value for light, flattering light. Okay, so honestly doesn't look that bad overall. And for $40, it is actually more expensive than the little webcam we bought, but I'm gonna add this to the cart and I'll actually test out just how bright it really is. Arguably something that's probably even more important than your picture quality though is your microphone. They actually do have a pretty good option right over here from Fifine, but we're almost at the bottom of the page. I just want to see what other options they have real quick. If they have one on like a bigger mic arm like this, nope. So, all right, I guess we're just gonna go with that one from Fifine. It obviously doesn't come on like a big kind of mic arm like some streaming setups have, but it does have a little tiny stand. It also does have a little bit of RGB as well, and it seems like people do like it. In terms of the features, it does work on Windows, PS4, PS5, even Mac as well, and it's just a simple USB microphone so you can plug it directly in. You don't need like a mixer or anything like that at all. It does connect two mic arms if we actually wanted to get one, but yeah, let's see what the reviews actually said. The sound quality on this microphone is really good and the mute button on the top is useful. I use it for recording videos and talking to my friends. Super impressed. Everyone seems to really like it. Amazing rich sound. Okay, definitely if people were saying the sound quality is that good, I definitely need to test it out and like show you guys if it is that good. But honestly, this looks like the perfect microphone for the streaming setup because it literally says for streaming and gaming. So add this to the cart. So it says our total so far is right under $400, which honestly is way cheaper than I expected. But of course, the most important part is the gaming PC, and there are almost 6,000 choices on Best Buy, so we're definitely gonna have a lot of choices to choose from. And this is where it can get really, really pricey. Since everything else in the streaming setup is under $400, I definitely want to still get a good gaming PC, but I don't think there's really a point in buying like a $3,000 gaming PC if all the rest of the streaming equipment is under $500. I'm still planning to keep it relatively on the budget side, but also get something that's like pretty good, of course. So the graphics cards inside of these gaming PCs are definitely way better. This one actually looks kind of good. RTX 4060 Core i7 12700F. That's a really good CPU, to be honest. They have Ryzen 5 5500. I would not really recommend this one. I want to try and find one that's like a little bit better for streaming. This one is also from Skytech, but I would actually recommend this one way more since it has a better CPU. Ooh, this one actually looks nice. I like the case on this one. I'm not gonna lie. They actually have a lot of options here. I'm just gonna kind of look around and choose one. Okay, so actually, I don't think they have as many options as I thought. There's only 2 pages that actually go over here. So far, I'm kind of leaning to this one from MXZ over here. Yeah, the rest are just kind of gaming laptops. Okay, so after looking at all the options with the CPU, RAM, GPU, the best option, honestly, is this one over here. However, I'm just gonna go on the record and say for $1,200, I would personally not buy this gaming PC. It's just for anywhere between $750 to $1,250 on Best Buy. They didn't really have any good options, and I don't want to really get anything more expensive because it doesn't really make sense with the rest of the setup that we did get. However, this is the 5-star rated PC, and it has an RTX 4060 and Core i7 12700F. Those are not bad specs, and it has 16 gigabytes of RAM. I think that you could definitely find a better PC for this price like online. However, let's see why they actually rated this 5 stars. A purchase you won't regret. I couldn't be happier. It got delivered and everything I was hoping for. Sleek, modern. First off, I ordered this for my husband to play World of Warcraft. So, I mean, honestly, it's not gonna be a bad PC. I'm just saying, I don't think it's the best deal you could get. And when I actually test this out in the streaming setup, it should definitely be able to run both streaming and also gaming at the same time. So let's add this to the cart, and now the total of the entire Best Buy streaming setup comes out to almost $1,600, with most of that obviously being the gaming PC. You can buy a cheaper one. However, I would honestly not recommend going too cheap if you're getting like a streaming PC, because you need to be able to do both things at once and like multitask. After burning a hole in my wallet, everything from Best Buy arrived in only a few days. And clearly, as you guys can see, we have a ton of stuff. I honestly don't even know what to choose first. I think I'm just gonna start with the peripherals though. Starting off with our keyboard called the Keytron V1 Max, and honestly, like in person, it looks a lot higher quality than I actually expected. I know it wasn't like a super cheap budget keyboard, but it genuinely looks really, really good. It also says it has brown tactile Gateron Jupiter switch, so I just want to see how that sounds. That sounds like it's gonna like be sick. Okay, wait, this actually feels very premium. It even has like the Apple box opening, so let's kind of like slide this out. All right, time for the moment of truth. We pull this out. We have a quick start guide, and oh, okay, this is genuinely way higher quality than I expected, and feeling the keyboard weight, it actually feels a pretty good like weight. Like it feels good quality. All right, and time for the moment of truth. Ooh, okay, yo, wait. Ready? I want to hear the switches. Let me actually put the mic right on. Okay, wait, that actually sounds really good. So if I have to be honest, this actually feels way better. Like, yo, it's so satisfying to actually click. I'm not even joking. And you even have a little volume dial over here on the top right. The one thing I will say is I'm not a fan of the red switches. I just think it has like a Superman theme and it's just like too many colors going on. But on the back, you actually do have a little bit of height adjustment on this keyboard. But my favorite thing is actually the fact that you do get a little wireless dongle right over here. It's a USB-C, so we don't even have to use the cable, but of course, for the cable, I'm assuming it's just a black one, and yeah, it's just a black like coiled cable. It actually looks pretty good quality, as you guys can see, and we also get like a few attachments over here as well, like a keycap puller, and like I think some extra like screws for the switches, and yeah, other stuff. Also a like USB dongle as well. But this one is USB-A. Oh, okay, never mind. It's just a USB-C to USB-A adapter, but yo, this keyboard, I actually really love. Like, it sounds so good. I'm gonna be honest, I'm not the biggest fan of the way it looks, and build quality-wise, it actually feels really, really good quality. Like, I'm not bending this at all. It feels like a very good board overall, and I mean, aesthetic-wise, it's not bad. I would rate it like a solid 6 out of 10 in the aesthetics, but sound-wise, 10 out of 10. And low-key, let me just turn this on, and I think we should be able to see how it looks. Does it have any charge? I want to see if there's RGB. Oh yeah, okay. The RGB isn't like the brightest. You guys might be able to see it a little bit on camera. You probably need to have a really dark room to be able to like really see it. But yeah, it has full color RGB on it. So overall, like I think it's a pretty decently aesthetic keyboard, but my favorite thing is just definitely the way it feels to like type on. And I actually am very interested to see how it is to game. Moving on from the keyboard though, this is the Asus TUF Gaming M4 Air, which like, I mean, hey, I actually think it looks really, really cool, and I didn't even know that Asus made mice like this. In terms of the unboxing, it is definitely a little bit more basic than the keyboard, but yo, wait, this mouse for that weight is actually a lot bigger than I expected. I would actually say it's more like a medium-sized mouse, but yo, if I'm not holding the wire, this thing is extremely light. Obviously, you have holes all over it, so it has like that kind of honeycomb shape to it. The side buttons, let me actually peel this off. Side button test. Okay, this actually has good side buttons. Some mice have terrible terrible feeling side buttons, but I actually really like this in my hand too. I have actually pretty big hands, I'm not gonna lie, but it actually fits in my hand very, very nicely, and the mouse clicks feel really good. So, hey, I'm gonna be honest, this actually is better than I expected. I did not know what to really expect. I mean, it is from Asus, they make good products, but this feels really, really good. I'm not gonna lie. I do wanna see, I don't think there is RGB. I would be very surprised because maybe they have no RGB, that's why it's so lightweight. Let me test it out. But yeah, that makes sense why it's only 47 grams. They don't have RGB, which probably would add like another 10 grams. For me, honestly, I like it like this. Like, dude, to game on this, it's gonna feel insane. But of course, having a good mouse literally doesn't matter if you're gaming on a trash mouse pad. So I'm actually really hoping that the glorious GMP2 is pretty good. I think I did get it in black, and all right, it's just kind of a normal plain black mouse pad, but let's actually get this unboxed and see just how big their XXL size is. All right, so it actually looks like a pretty, oh wait, I have it upside down. Let's flip it back. It actually just looks like a pretty normal mouse pad. I actually was expecting it to be a little bit bigger, if I'm being honest, but yeah, obviously I saw the images of it, so I already knew it was gonna be like a plain black mouse pad. For me, it's just a little bit too plain. Like, I kind of like having a little bit of design on mine, but hey, I mean, on the bottom, they have a non-slip rubber grip base, which is really, really nice. I do like that it's actually orange, little like, I guess to fit their theme, and it stays on the desk really good. Like, it does not slide around at all. But the most important part is the mouse glide. Okay, so I call this the tap test. Okay, yo, this feels really good. I'm not gonna lie, it's actually very smooth. As you guys can see, it literally just glides so smooth. So I am also trying to tap it very light, and dude, okay, it actually feels really good to game on. Obviously, since I just got it, it is a little bit folded here on the side, but yeah, it actually feels really good, I guess, for performance. However, in my opinion, it's just a little bit too plain, and I think there are some better options. Like, of course, one of my own gaming mouse pads. These are the first Christian gaming mouse pads in the world, and it is from my brand called Elevate Culture. And let me show you, they're actually cheaper than this mouse pad, and the mouse glide is just as good. So don't worry, I'm gonna use this, but I just wanna show you guys why you can actually buy a cheaper mouse pad that has, in my opinion, a way better looking design, and all of them are Christian themed. It literally slides just the same. I'm literally not trying to make it biased at all. If I make like a harder tap or something like this, obviously it glides more, but even with the light taps I was doing on the Glorious mouse pad, it literally is the exact same. So it is extremely smooth to game on. These are also more budget friendly compared to the Glorious mouse pads, and my mouse pads also have a non-slip rubber grip base, so if I shake it, it doesn't move. So yeah, these are the first Christian gaming mouse pads in the world. They're also very budget friendly because I want as many people to be able to represent their faith in Jesus on their setups. Plus, every mouse pad comes with a free wallpaper pack to match your mouse pad, and they literally look amazing in everyone's gaming setup. So make sure you check out elevateculture.co down below. But of course, since this is a Best Buy gaming setup, I am going to be using just the kind of plain black one. I just don't think it looks as good, but at least like actually like gaming with it and like kind of moving it around, it actually feels like pretty good. But moving on, the last peripheral is the headset, and I'm literally just guessing that this is the headset box. It feels very light, so I don't even know because I legit can't see anything on this, and there's like no tag. I'm just assuming that this is the headset from Best Buy, but let's just check it out. These are actually fake plants. I guess I had the wrong box. 1 second. Okay, so I bet all the comments in the video already pointed this out, but I actually forgot to buy a gaming headset from the Best Buy setup, but luckily Best Buy actually sponsored me on TikTok like a few weeks ago and sent me like a $400 headset. So I'll literally just use that, and I'll pop proof up on the screen that it literally was a Best Buy sponsored video. So yeah, I'll just use that headset. So these are the SteelSeries Artist Nova Pro Omnis, and they literally work on every single platform, and it's literally just simply the best gaming headset I've ever tried. I mean, they are $400, but I have never felt a gaming headset that is this comfortable on my head and super, super light as well. And literally when I tested out the sound quality, yo, like there's probably not a better gaming headset on the market. So this is actually perfect for the 5-star Best Buy streaming setup. It's honestly overkill if I'm being honest. I don't think everyone really needs a headset this good, but yeah, I already just got this sponsored luckily by Best Buy, so they clutched up, and that was literally for a TikTok. So it ended up working out, I guess, and trust me, these are gonna be insane on the setup. But now it's finally time to get into some of the streaming equipment. So this is the microphone we got. It is the A8 microphone from Fifine, and the main reason I got it is obviously because it was 5 stars, but I also like that it already has a little like stand and like pop filters, so I'm actually just very curious to see how it looks. Okay, wait, this genuinely is way bigger and actually like nicer quality than I expected. I'm not even gonna lie. Like, I'm just literally being completely honest. So adding the pop filter is extremely easy to do. You just kind of slide it on just like that. And okay, wait, this actually looks like a very like professional streaming microphone. And we also, of course, have, I think, a little mount over here in case we want to mount it onto like something else. But I do not need this for now because I'm just going to be using the mount that they gave us. And we have a cable. So before I actually say or test anything out, I actually want to like just plug it in and see the RGB. Okay, so let's just plug this in. It's a normal USB-C cable right here onto the bottom and immediately turns on. And okay, the RGB isn't like the brightest I've ever seen in my life, but it looks really good. Like, you can easily see it on camera. I'm honestly being very picky today. I don't know what's up with me, but hey, I do like the blue theme as well. Matches the entire Best Buy vibe we have going on. And even on the top here, they have a little mute button. I don't know if it picks it up on camera, but if you tap it right now, it's green because it's picking up audio. And then if I tap it, it turns red. So that's actually very, very nice. I didn't even know it had that. And in terms of, oh, there's an RGB button over here on the back, I think. That's to turn it off and then turn it on. I actually might have just busted up the microphone. Why does it not turn back on? Hello? Wait, let me just unplug it and then plug it back in. Okay, so I actually don't know. Oh, there we go. Okay, wait, so now we got a little bit of a darker blue kind of purple vibe, and that's off. And then, okay, so there's not that many color modes. Maybe on the app there would be more or something. But okay, wait, no, never mind. They actually have a ton. So my favorite is definitely the blue, but they have like all the basic colors and all that type of stuff. So dude, for the price I paid, I think this is actually a really nice microphone. But when you're streaming, not only is your microphone really, really important, but also your webcam. And many people also use this as a hand cam for like a keyboard and mouse hand cam if you want to show off like your mouse pad, keyboard, mouse, anything like that. Hey, I have to say, unboxing, it looks pretty good. And what I love is it actually already has a little tiny ring light attached to it. It is a pretty, like, I would say medium-sized webcam, but it has all the features you would want. It has like this adjustable kind of clip that you can just easily mount onto your monitor, and then it has like a good amount of swivel on this. It's like on a ball swivel. I don't know. Okay, wait, you definitely could still use this as a hand cam if you wanted to. So overall, it actually looks really good, but since it has this entire ring light, I actually am very, very curious to see if it's bright enough to like just use it alone. I probably would assume it's not. I would always have like a dedicated stream ring light. Oh, so it is pretty basic, but this is like level 1, I would say. Level 2 and level 3, I'm gonna be honest, you definitely need another ring light, but in terms of like the built-in ring light, that's actually like better than I expected. And I mean, it's kind of hard to show it because there's literally so much light pointing at me. Okay, so just to prove my point, now I have no light, and then this is it like right up on my face, but obviously you're not gonna be streaming with it right here. So if I kind of have it at a distance, there's literally no light on my face. The part I'm most curious about though is obviously the quality of the actual lens and camera. So of course, I'm gonna be completely honest when I test it out in OBS, but we still have a few more things to unbox. One of them, of course, being the dedicated ring light we got. So this is gonna really have to kind of carry the setup because it better be bright. That's all I'm saying. It better be bright. Hey, we got a tripod with this one, and I think right over here is the cords and then the actual actual ring light itself. All right, so I have the tripod set up right now, and obviously you are able to make it a little bit taller. Yeah, it literally doesn't go that much higher. So there actually isn't that much adjustability with it. Yeah, but here, let's actually just tighten this. Dude, I'm literally like praying that it's actually bright, bro. Like, please. Like, you guys don't understand. If this isn't bright, it basically ruins the entire webcam, because then it's not really the webcam's fault, because it's just gonna be dealing with like low light and it's gonna look very pixelated. All right, so yeah, as you guys can see, it honestly, it's better than nothing, but if you're more than like 2 feet away from it, it is just not that bright on my face or anything like that. If you had it like really, really close to you, like I don't think anyone would have it this close, then it might be good. But yeah, honestly, I wouldn't even recommend buying this. I would just use a lamp or something instead, because you would literally get the exact same effect. But you guys literally won't believe it. This is the second time it's happened this month. My monitor did not get delivered. It literally says it's delivered on the app, but I don't know why my house is so confusing to deliver it to. I'm not in an apartment or anything. I'm in a normal house. But bro, the second time a monitor has not been delivered this month. I don't know what these delivery drivers are doing, but I actually got a substitute that I think is even better than the one we found on Best Buy. So believe it or not, I know I actually did buy this from Temu, but wait till I tell you guys about the specs. It's actually really good. So this monitor is a 27-inch 1440p, so double the amount of pixels as a 1080p monitor, so it actually looks really, really good. And best of all, it's 165 hertz, so it has better specs than the other monitor that we actually bought off of Best Buy, and it was only $10 more because it was $115 on Temu. Hey, I mean, maybe you don't want to risk it on Temu, but I already tested out this monitor on a previous setup and I absolutely love it. I honestly just like 27-inch monitors way more than 24-inch ones. And now it's time for the moment I have not only been waiting for, but also you guys, the gaming PC. So if I flip this over, there are a few manuals and stuff. It just says important, read this first. What is it? It's like MXZ membership surprise inside, so it's probably just like an offer thingy, and then like a quick start guide. We also have the Wi-Fi dongles and also the power cord, but yo, I just want to see the PC, bro. Ooh, okay, we also have a little RGB remote, and I can get a little sneak peek at the PC. I'm just gonna flip this box over. I'm like excited to see it, bro. All right, so let's slide this out, and ooh, okay, so the packaging actually looks pretty basic. I can't really see it that much right now, but yo, I'm just gonna rip all of this off. I do really like how inside they actually have this like packaging just to make sure the GPU and like CPU air cooler, none of that kind of gets smashed in. But of course, let's just take that out, and there's no screws actually. We should be able to just kind of pull this back. Let me make sure we don't like crack it. Yup, nicely open that. Nice tempered glass side panel, of course, that's pretty much to be expected at this price point. But now let's see how this PC really looks for the first time. I actually am very mixed real quick. I just want to point that out. So it actually does not look like it was in the pictures, because we have, let me just see the pictures again. I'm actually very confused. Okay, so I don't want to say I've been scammed, but like the graphics card actually looks better than the one that they added in the pictures. But the bigger issue, you can like maybe look past the aesthetics, but they only included one RAM stick. Like, let me show you guys. We have only one stick of RAM when they literally had clearly 2 sticks of RAM pictured, and that is a huge deal because that actually affects our performance a lot because we don't have dual channel. Let me just make sure, is this a 16 gigabyte stick? I'm actually gonna pull this out. Let's see, is it a 16 gigabyte stick? It better be. Yeah, so it is a 16 gigabyte stick that's DDR4 and 3600 megahertz. So we do have 16 gigabytes of RAM like they said, but they literally cheaped out so hard and gave us only one 16 gigabyte stick instead of 2 8 gig sticks. That heavily affects the performance, and that's basically just like false advertising. It usually happens on like cheaper $500 PCs, but when I'm spending this much money on a PC, I want everything to actually be like what I bought. So yeah, I'm not gonna lie, that is actually very disappointing. You can see the graphics card is the one that they said. It has a little sticker saying RTX 4060. Obviously, I can't check out the CPU until I actually have it plugged in, but let's actually plug in the PC just for now before we connect it to the monitor because I want to see how the RGB looks. All right, so 3, 2, 1, and Okay, that's definitely making up some points. It actually does look very, very nice in person. And I do remember we had a little RGB remote somewhere. Hopefully I didn't lose it. Yep, right there. Let's just make sure this also works. Let's put it on auto for the RGB. Okay, this looks pretty much almost the exact same as it was on the listing. Everything seems to be working. All the fans are spinning. You would be surprised how many PCs I've got with like broken fans from shipping. So the packaging of it was really, really good. And I actually really do like how it looks. We have two 120 millimeter fans over here on the top. We also have two over on the side, one over here in the back, and of course our RGB air cooler, everything all matched. Let's just go over all the specs so we know exactly what we're getting for this price. So like you guys saw, we do have 16 gigabytes of RAM and it is at 3600 megahertz, DDR4 of course. Then for the graphics card, I actually think it looks very, very nice. It is the RTX 4060 and it looks like it's like Gainward. I've literally never heard of this brand, but I actually think it looks pretty good. Then as you guys can see, for the CPU, they actually say it's the Core i7-12700F. However, I'm not going to be able to confirm that until I actually have it connected to the monitor because like I mentioned, they actually got the RAM a little bit different. Here it says 16 gigabytes of 3200 megahertz with 2 RAM sticks, but we got 1 stick and it's 3600 megahertz. So it is a little bit different. And they say we have a 1 terabyte SSD, and looking at it, it is 1 terabyte as well. So that all checks out. I just definitely want to make sure that we're getting the Core i7-12700F when I actually like do benchmarks and all that type of stuff. I also will not only be double checking that, I'll be doing benchmarks for the PC temperature, like the usage on everything, and I'm just going to be going fully in depth not only on the gaming PC, but of course the entire streaming setup. So I already know what you guys are waiting for. Let's cue the Best Buy streaming setup montage. Aesthetically, this streaming setup looks absolutely amazing, but the most important part is how it actually performs for streaming. So of course, I opened up OBS to test out all of the streaming equipment. I genuinely think the Best Buy streaming setup looks amazing, but right now what you guys are hearing me on is the Best Buy microphone. It probably sounds decent. I haven't really played it back, but the webcam is honestly really, really bad. This is without any additional lighting, by the way. So this is how it looks in low light mode, and this is my main camera that I'm actually shooting at. So if I actually turn on my ring light like I always have, you can see my face looks really, really good. This is like a $600 camera. It's the Sony a6100, but then the webcam looks absolutely horrible. I literally look like a ghost right now. So yeah, this is how the mic sounds when it's on my desk, if you guys are wondering as well. I don't even know what's going on with this webcam. Bro, I literally look like a ghost. Like, are we serious right now? Dude, I basically have to have no light, but then the issue is, look at how bad I look. Like, I feel like it's so, the colors on this webcam are just really, really bad. I wouldn't recommend it as a actual keyboard cam though. I think it actually is perfect. Like, for keyboard and mouse, actually, no. The autofocus is bad too. Like, look at how bad that looks on my hands. So yeah, to be honest, I definitely would not recommend this webcam. The microphone though is just decent. It's not anything insane, but I think it is better than using most headphone microphones. So, I mean, it was also somewhat budget friendly, to be honest. Honestly, it might look like we have a bigger issue than just the webcam, because after running a quick benchmark, it honestly looks like the PC's performance is kind of trash. 53% gaming score is really bad, and it actually says it's not because of the CPU. It's performing as expected, but our GPU is performing below its potential, and it looks like our RAM relative, I don't even know. Maybe it was so bad they couldn't even test it out, but clearly, as you guys can see, we're using 1 out of 2 slots. I wish we had 2 8 gig sticks instead of 1 16 gigabyte stick, and it is is not good RAM at all. 2400 megahertz is very, very slow. I think that's like the slowest you can get for DDR4. So, yo, low-key, they really cheaped out on this gaming PC. Like, if we're getting a 50% gaming score on a PC that basically cost me like $1,500 after everything, like taxes, shipping, and all that, I don't think this is a good PC to buy at all. Yeah, I'm kind of just realizing that I might have like literally thrown away almost $2,000. Despite the disappointing benchmark score, I of course still had to test out the gaming PC with some actual gaming. So first, I'm mainly going to be focusing on the GPU by running Minecraft on high shaders and settings. Okay, so clearly we really cannot run like these type of settings. We're literally getting like 30 FPS. I 100% have to lower the settings. I know the shaders are pretty high, but yo, this is actually like very, very bad. This is actually horrible. So I'm just actually gonna lower a lot of these settings over here. Let's apply that. What else can I render? Let me actually, what else can I lower? I'm literally gonna lower everything that I possibly can to like improve the performance. I am just running like some basic sodium optimization, like higher graphics, but yeah, okay, now it's at 100-ish FPS and it looks absolutely amazing. I mean, literally look at the clouds. Does this really look like Minecraft? I mean, dude, this low-key looks like a whole-on survival game. It looks like a completely different game. And I mean, hey, it's actually able to get very, very consistent FPS. And I mean, bro, look at these settings we're running. I mean, 100 FPS with settings this high is actually pretty impressive. Obviously, we actually can run a little bit more rendering. Like if I start destroying these leaves and there's a lot just kind of like going on, bro, this is literally killing the GPU and actually the CPU, because the CPU usage is at like 90% right now, and obviously our FPS is literally, bro, we're getting 10 FPS. Yo, there's no way. But the thing that I want to mention is basically the whole point of this video is a streaming setup. We're not only going to be trying to game on this setup. So if I actually go real quick, let's turn off our webcam real quick, and I'm just going to add a display capture and also have my webcam here, so as if I was basically doing a little stream. And let's just try recording and seeing what the FPS is on this streaming PC. For my recording settings, I'm also going to keep it pretty basic. We're just going to do 1080p, and then I'll actually even lower this to like 6,000. So let's actually see what FPS we'll be getting. And let me turn on some audio. And quick little tip, I am recording right now, as you guys can see, but always make sure you disable the preview. It'll just give you a little bit better performance. Let's also definitely turn off wallpaper engine. I'm just trying to give this PC the best chance. And now that we're recording on OBS, the FPS definitely does drop about 20-ish, but it's actually not as bad. Oh, okay, so we're recording, and you can also imagine you can swap in recording or streaming at the same time. Okay, it did definitely drop a little bit to like 30 to 20-ish FPS less, but as you guys can see, it actually looks like our CPU is the bottleneck here, even though we're using very, very high settings, but it is because I lowered the settings. So I actually will say I am surprised. I expected the FPS to be a lot lower because we were getting like 100 FPS, and now we're getting like 70-ish while we're recording at the same time. So I actually think this is very, very playable, and you could stream and record on this gaming PC while gaming on these settings. You're not really going to be getting like 200 FPS very consistently or anything like that, but it actually is fine for Minecraft. You guys can see we are basically maxing out the CPU and pretty much utilizing like most of the GPU as well. It's flickering from like 60 to 90%-ish. That's what it looks like. But yeah, that's because we actually have low settings. If I go back over here and we just like raise our chunks and everything, the GPU and CPU is probably gonna literally like die. Like literally the PC might crash. So now that I'm basically turning everything on and putting it all on fancy, as you guys can see, I don't even want to know what happens. I'm still on 1080p as well. We're not gaming on 4K or anything. And oh, okay, so it actually seems like it's got, it literally fully bugged. Oh my gosh. Okay, wait, so now we're just glitching out the game. But hey, oh wow. Okay, so it took like literally like 20, 30 seconds to load. But I mean, you guys can argue that we're using extremely high settings, but I mean, bro, we're getting like 20 FPS. I mean, hey, it's not crashing, and we're also recording on the PC, so it is doing it, but it's just not that smooth because like half the game isn't really loading. So yeah, I mean, I would give it a solid passing score of like a 6 out of 10. That's what I would give this PC. Honestly, I have to admit, I expected it to be worse on Minecraft, but it was not good by any means. I still really wanted to completely stress test this gaming PC, and especially the graphics card. So of course, the next game I tried running was Call of Duty. I legit always run into this issue whenever I'm trying to open up Call of Duty. I just hate Call of Duty because of this, so let's just go into the BIOS and try and fix this. If you've never been in BIOS, trust me, I know it can get very, very confusing. Basically, in here, you can like overclock your PC, but we're not going to be doing any of that. I just need to look for boot and then something like secure boot or like TPM, because that seems to be what's like causing the issue here. Yo, I literally can't. Basically, they all go into advanced mode. You go into boot and then CSM support. You go right here and enable it. Ready? I enable it. Oh my gosh. Yo, I actually can't. Yo, I legit can't. This is so annoying to always deal with. It never works. Basically, you have to go CSM support, click disabled, and it will take a second to load. And secure boot is supposed to show up there, but it's legit not showing up for me. Not even joking, it's not showing up. It's legit supposed to be right there in the videos, but I don't know why I don't even have it, so I physically cannot play Call of Duty. Honestly, I wouldn't even fault the PC for this. I would just say that this is like straight up Call of Duty being like a rat. Valorant also has this issue. It's like some anti-cheat software. It's so annoying. Unfortunately, I couldn't get Call of Duty to run, but I still wasn't finished. I needed to go into a completely different game that would prioritize the CPU, and Fortnite on low performance mode was the perfect game for that. This is definitely the most amount of FPS that we have seen the entire video. I actually did not expect that. It was literally saying it was getting up to 700 FPS on the top right, but right now we're getting like 200 FPS. I actually should definitely show you guys my settings. We are on full screen 1080p performance mode and all low on everything else. Plus, I am not running OBS right now. I will turn on OBS in a second. I just want to get a feel. Oh my, okay, wait. So this PC is actually so inconsistent. Yo, what? Why are the frame drops? Dude, I'm not, oh my gosh. Oh, yo, this, no. What is going on? It literally says 0% on the GPU. This might, no. This PC is actually trash. There's no way. I'm not even recording right now. I don't even have OBS on. What you guys are seeing like recording wise is literally my Elgato that's connected to my laptop. Like it's fully separate, but I actually think it is heavily due to like only having one RAM stick. Like how are we able to go from like almost 200 FPS and then look, when I start running, look, it's gonna start like lagging and frame dropping. Give it a second, but how is the FPS so inconsistent? For how much I had to spend, this PC is just not the play at all. Oh my gosh, yo, why is the performance going to 80? Why is the FPS literally dropping to 80? Okay, wait, this is actually bad. Yo, this is actually very, very bad. So, just to even push it more, as if I haven't already kind of come to my conclusion, let's actually go ahead and turn on OBS. So give it a second. All right, now I can make sure. Oh my, yo, everything is lagging like crazy. Yo, okay, wait, this is actually so bad. It's not even enabling my preview right now. Oh my gosh, wait, I have to restart OBS. This might actually be like the most buns PC I've ever bought. That's over $1,000. Like, I actually just kind of got hard scammed. Okay, there we go. We got my trash webcam and everything there. Let me disable that. And now let's see how it is. We're on the exact same Fortnite settings, and the FPS seems to drop by probably around 30-ish is what I would say. It's around 30 less FPS. Okay, wait, let's get that quick kill. It actually isn't more inconsistent. It's basically just having the same, oh, this guy's a sweat. It basically is just kind of, I actually expected it to be worse if I'm being being completely honest. Oh my gosh, I'm dead. I'm so dead. Oh my, how did we get that kill? But yeah, my biggest thing with this gaming PC is it's actually very unpredictable. Like, I expect it to be worse, but then it performs a little bit better than I expected. It's still nothing I would actually recommend though, because this is not a cheap gaming PC. This ain't no $500 PC. This is $1,500 after like taxes and shipping, which is not cheap at all. And if I'm being strict, because like, I mean, hey, this is just not a cheap PC. So like, bro, it's just kind of disappointing, to be honest. Like, if you're spending this much money and I'm getting like 80 FPS, recording on low settings, gaming on low settings, and it's just like, it's just very disappointing for how much I spent is what I'm saying. Oh my, this guy's literally 1 HP. You're dead, buddy. Come here. I'm literally just gonna spray this guy. Oh, you're so dead. Yup, dead. Still am able to get a pretty good feel for the keyboard and mouse. I actually will say I really do like how the keyboard and mouse feels. I feel like the keyboard might be a little bit overpriced, but I actually really do like the mouse especially. The mouse might be my favorite part of the whole setup, which I actually did not expect at all. It's very, very random, but yeah, if I'm being completely honest, I do like my gaming mouse pads that you guys can see right over there. I like them more than this one. I think they look better. I think they just feel better as well. This one is just like a basic normal mouse pad. There's not really anything special about it. This actually is the most disappointing gaming experience of my life though. For 50 FPS on a $1,500 PC. And I'm not recording on high settings. Like, yo, what type of, do you need to spend like $5,000 to get like a decent streaming PC? Oh my gosh. Yeah, like less than 100 FPS? Like, bro, I literally bought my first gaming PC with a 1660 and it was somehow better than this, and it literally was an Alienware PC as well. So like, bro, I don't even know what this is. I just got hard scammed is kind of what I'm thinking right now though. Okay, I'm actually destroying these guys though. Oh my, okay, never mind. If I have to be really positive about this setup though, the only things I would really recommend is definitely the mouse. I think a lot of people would actually like the mouse, but that's pretty much the only thing. Like, I think the keyboard is pretty decent, but again, at this price point, I think I have seen better keyboards than this. And I mean, the monitor was literally from TikTok. It didn't even get delivered, so we don't even have the real Best Buy monitor right now. And what else? The microphone is just like somewhat decent. It wasn't bad, it's just like decent. And then the webcam I wouldn't recommend. The streaming light wasn't that bright. So yeah, I mean, I don't know if I just bought bad stuff from Best Buy, but especially the PC for being the most expensive part just really is like super disappointing in my opinion. Yo, okay, and yo, we're literally going to 40 FPS. Like, I can't even play the game properly. This is actually so bad. Overall, the only things I would recommend are the headphones, microphone, and mouse. The mouse pad wasn't bad, but I genuinely think my mouse pads from Elevate Culture are a way better buy. They're only $25, and there's so many different cool designs and colors to choose from. Plus, 10% of the profits go to Chrisitan Churches because this is the first Christian gaming mousepad brand in the world. So definitely make sure you check out elevateculture.co down below, because every mousepad also comes with a matching wallpaper for completely free. But if you enjoyed this video and want to see more, make sure you drop a sub, because we're so close to 1 million subs and we're trying to hit that by the end of the year. But more importantly, remember, Jesus loves you, and that's about it. God bless.